Hey everybody, Logan here. Yeah, so I was looking for some news like I always do, seeing what's going on, and well, what I found out here, I guess it's news, but it's not really news. I thought it was a good, interesting info bit, bit of something I was actually looking for. This comes from Push Square, which is, that's actually pretty helpful. All PS5 games running at 120 frames per second, maximum speed. So, uh, they've compiled a list, and I was actually looking for uh, it because I do have two TVs, one that runs at 60 hertz, and another one that runs with HDR, another one that's 120 hertz with HDR, and actually, no. The two that I gave on the most have 120 hertz with HDR. So I thought this was pretty nifty to see this because I wanted to know what games ran at 120 frames for the PS5. Because lately I've been playing a lot of my games on the PS5, the ones I've been buying. Um, Otherwise, it's Xboxes through Game Pass for the most part. But this article reads, what are all the PS5 games running at 120 frames per second or 120 frames per second? PS5 games will run at a variety of frame rates, including 60 frames. However, Sony's new gen system also supports 120 frames. So we've compiled this list of PS5 games running at 120 frames as part of their PS5 guide. They also have other materials here. You can check Push Square for all that. I thought it was kind of funny that they chose Gambit for Fortnite as the main one, I guess because of the motion blur, but whatever. Below is a list of all PS5 games running at 120 frames per second. Please note that some of these games may not default to 120 frames. That I've noticed, and may simply include an option for high performance. We'll be updating this page regularly as more 100 second games are announced. Now, that is one thing some require. When you're starting up the game, you turn on performance mode. Most people just don't know what standard mode is. Not performance, but graphical mode. Or there's all kinds of different ones. So usually, if you want the higher frame rate, the graphics are going to look. You're not going to get the full 4K. So keep that in mind. So that is one. But your TV also has to support the refresh rate. So check that before you start changing and wonder why you're not seeing a difference because your TV needs to support it as well. So there's not that many in the grand scheme of things, but it's cool that there are. And they're all PS5 here. Apex Legends, Borderlands 3. I think it's funny that it's Borderlands 3. Bright Memory Infinite, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Call of Duty Vanguard, Call of Duty Warzone 2.0, Cyber Shadow, Destiny 2, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Dirt 5, Doom Eternal, F1 2021, F1 22, Fortnite, Ghost Runner, Ghostwire Tokyo, Jumanji, the video game. Yep. Knockout City, Monster Boy and the First Kingdom, Ollie Ollie World, Quake, Shin Ruby, I think I pronounced that right. The Neo Collection, The Tourist, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection WRC. I tried it on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, and it looks buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. So, there you go. There's actually the information right here. In order to take advantage of 120 frames per second games, you will need to ensure your TV supports 100 hertz, which effectively means it can refresh 120 times every second. Fortunately, just having a television capable of 100 isn't the end of the issue, as you'll also need to ensure your display is compatible with HDMI 2.1 and support data bandwidth of 48 gigabits per second. Not all panels do, 4K HDR at 120 frames per second requires 48 gigabits per second. It's the only way to truly experience 120 hertz, 120 frames per second gaming on PS5. Now, what happened to mine? I have a larger TV in my living room which supports it. The one in my game room is 120 hertz, but the HDMI cable I had on there didn't. It's like, why is it not doing it? He says it can do it. The HDMI. So that was the only thing. I would have to keep switching the HDMI every time I'd change the console. So I no longer do that because bring the console from one to the next. Oh, stupid. Game room. So I no longer play 120 hertz on the PS5 because the game room didn't have that option. But once I switched over the HDMI cable, I do. Did I say I no longer do? I do, because now I do have a Series X connected TV, and some games support that as well. Maybe if this video does well, I'll cover Series X. But hopefully that helped you guys out, for those of you who are interested in 120 frames per second gaming on your PS5 support. But being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. That's it. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video with your peeps. And if you would like, hit that super thanks button right down at the bottom, little $sign in it. Yeah, tip. It's just a tip, yeah, that actually goes a long way. And if you want, you can even check out our spring shop. You can actually see the little tray underneath where you can see all the shirts. Buy one of these, you know, and it really help us out even more. Thank you guys so much. I'll stop rambling on now. But remember, follow us on our social. Again, thank you guys so much. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.